Yo.
Yo, welcome back. We're back again. It's Sunday night. Welcome back to another night of Island Boys Football Talk. It's Sunday night, which means we've reached another full football day, except for the last day today. We got your two hosts in the building, Sweetie representing the Carolina Panthers, and Simone representing the San Francisco 49ers. Jizzle should be on shortly. He should be on shortly. We're streaming off of our live YouTube stream and Facebook stream, which is at Island Boys Football Talk. And we also the show will be put on Twitter on our Island Boys Football Talk official page. And then you can also cash app the crew if you want at Island Money Sign Island Boys Talk. All right, so like I said, it's week what week we in 10? It's 10, right?
Yeah, we 10. 10.
Yeah, so we're getting down to the final games of week 10. We got Sunday night game and a Monday night game. But we had Sheehan's 49ers playing today against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was supposed to be a highly anticipated good game based on the records. But as Shane will tell you during his analysis of the game, easy food. We'll let him get down on there. Also, the Panthers played on Thursday, but we won't talk about that.
Why
Uh,
not?
I mean, you can talk about it.
No. We need you to dissect the game, whether good
Um,
or bad.
you was right there with me on Thursday night when I dissect the whole game. I tell you what play gonna happen before the game. Before the play actually happened, I told you what was gonna happen. And what you say after the game, Shrida finally see what you're saying. You're right. So you could go and tell the fans there if you want. But tonight is all about Shane and the 49ers after having a 3-game losing streak. Had a boy week. Changes were made, and we let Shane talk about his 49ers. There's no need to talk about the Panthers.
Look at this guy.
All I can tell you about the Panthers is that Frank Wright ain't it. Scott Federer ain't it. David Tepper ain't it. Bryce Young is it. I still have my faith in Bryce Young. I can talk about the Bryce Young CJ Stroud debate. Even Darius Slay, Jizzle's big time cornerback, got involved in a tweet when someone said, "Oh, the Panthers must be kicking themselves watching CJ Stroud ball." Former NFL player said that. You know what Darius Slay said? Not quite. CJ Stroud just has a way better offensive line than Bryce Young. So
But give
obviously,
the coaches a chance.
CJ Stroud is a man that knows, not Stroud, Darius Slay is a man that knows ball and can tell you. The only chance Frank Wright need is a chance to go church and stay in the church. Nothing else. Nothing to do with football. There's a difference what's going on in the NFL. A young D'Amico Ryans, energized, soup, brings that energy, has his team playing well. A Shane Steichen that had great practice, great offensive schemes, has his team well. Now we got old man that's supposed to be in the old people home by 7 o'clock, leading a football team that can't do nothing. And if you guys been following Twitter, David Tepper was at the game in Chicago, and he was not very happy. And he made it known that he was not very happy. The offense is predictable, it's boring, and it's hard to watch, and something needs to change. He doesn't mind the team. You're not gonna win everything. You may lose games, but it's the level that you lose is what David Tepper was in. Like he's not seeing progress from the offense. The defense is busting their ass, and he's not seeing progress from his offense. And he said there needs to be development because he won't be afraid to pull the trigger. You said everybody in the building is still 100% Bryce Young. They love Bryce Young and feel like he can be a great franchise quarterback. Some people in the building blame Scott Fitterer. The team was not built right. I can agree with that. And then some people is saying that the coaching has been horrendous. The offense on the field has been horrendous. They're not doing proper schemes with what they have there, which can be true. So Thomas Brown and Frank Wright is not doing a great job. And then Frank Wright talking about he may take back play calling. You're gonna take back play calling and call the same hit road? That don't make sense. So we will definitely see. Now you make me talk a good 5 minutes about the Panthers when that wasn't the plan for tonight. But I just want to hear it from another fan's book. Shane, you wasn't here. Me and KG watched that whole game and dissect it. He said he was gonna come on the show and talk about the Panthers. So Jizzle, you go ahead and talk about the Panthers, cause I ain't really care.
Well, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due to a certain Carolina Panthers fan. What's his name? Keep it pounding, cheating. That's his name. But watching the game against the Chicago Bears, you kind of see where the frustration is with a lot of Carolina Panthers fans, because I was kind of frustrated watching that football game too as well. For the simple fact is the team is not creating even come up with the right plays for that team to be successful. But this is what, week 9 now? You're supposed to already know that your skill position players can get open. So you had a bye week. I mean, you had a half of the season now to find out what plays work, what plays don't work. At some point, you gotta find ways to scheme them players open. You just can't line up and say, all right, Adam Thielen, go ahead, get open. Mingo, go ahead, get open. Chuck, go ahead, get open. It can't work like that. They aren't those type of receivers. So you got to be creative with a bunch formation, motioning. What Shanahan does a whole lot. Motioning, get receivers in space and stuff like that. Get running backs in space. You got a speedster running back in Chuba Hubbard. Get him in space. There was hardly any screenplays of Chuba Hubbard, I'm sure. There was hardly even Chuba Hubbard in the passing game. I think it's a disappointment to the coaching staff for the simple fact that it's like they don't know how to scheme. Whether you switch from Frank Wright, who's supposed to be a great schemer, to the other fella, who's supposed to be somewhat of a good schemer too as well. But it looked like the two of them last.
The problem is it's a mixture of both of them. So you got Frank Wright, about 60% playbook. Thomas Brown, which comes under the McVay, 40% playbook. But all two look the same. You just take the halfback dive straight up the middle. Bam, no yards. And then everybody in the world except Carolina Panthers know that the next route them running is a hitch route. Everybody sitting on the hitch route. There's no down the field play. And I know why they're doing the hitch routes. Because one, the line don't hold.
Right.
So they need to get the ball out of the hand. But if you're going to call hitch routes over and over, what do you think will happen? They're going to sit on the thing. They're going to sit on it. Bad thing about it is the Colts was rated the worst defense in the NFL when we played them. We made the Colts look like the number one defense in the NFL. The Bears was a top 10 rush defense, but ranked 31st in pass defense, and we made them look like the top pass defense in the league. Mingo, I don't know why routes Jonathan Mingo run. I have no idea. I don't know who was on the other side. Them started shadow Thielen. When you take Thielen out, then that's it. Because Horse ain't doing it consistently. Tremble ain't doing it consistently. DJ Chark was injured. So you didn't have DJ Chark. You don't have Laviska Shenault. Miles Sanders was got to be the worst free agent signing in the history of football. 2 carries, -1 yards. The face he out of it altogether because he ain't doing nothing. So Bryce Young is trying to do too much.
You can see he trying to do too much.
You can tell.
You can see he's forcing it.
He ain't gonna show it because he wants to lead his team. And they got this talk about, number 1 picks in those type of quarterbacks supposed to elevate your players. But if he throw the ball right at Terrace Marshall and tore down and he drop it, what kind of elevation you need? Ain't got more elevation he needed. He tried to ball with me. Terrence Marshall has been a huge disappointment. Thomas Brown and Frank Wright are not doing a very good job of coaching. I'm sorry to say. And like I say, normally you would give people a chance. You know who needs to be the head coach of this team? Evero. He needs to be the head coach of his team. Because the way he does the defense with such limited people and keeps everybody in the game, obviously they respect him. I know everybody wants to go to young offensive mind. Carolina's biggest regret was drafting an old Frank Wright to rejuvenate the offense. The offense is changing the way. Frank Wright can't coach Bryce Young to his scheme. That's the problem. Frank Wright wants the scheme Bryce Young to change into Bryce Young's to Frank Wright's scheme. That can't happen. You need that fella, that offensive coordinator for the Texans that come from San Fran. He knows he brings stuff from Shanahan over to help CJ Stroud. When you look at Steichen built the offense to help to maximize what they have.
Yep.
We don't have the personnel.
You don't have a Philly has.
And the coaching to do it. I started to say I don't mind Thomas Brown, but it needs to be 100% Thomas Brown's offense. That's it. Not Frank Wright offense. It needs to be Thomas Brown. I believe Thomas Brown can scheme people open. The problem is he's still using Frank Wright 60% of the plays. So it's not going to work like that. But right now, the offense has no life, no fight. Everyone just looks, the line actually play better this thing. The problem is Frank Wright said it 2 weeks ago. We're still looking for identity. After 9 weeks, you don't know your identity be on offense. After 9 weeks, well, I really don't. One thing I could respect Steve Wilkes for when he was the head coach, he telling you he was a hard-nosed power run football. He run the ball down your throat.
Right.
Steve Wilkes tell you there's nothing more embarrassing to an opposing team than for a team to run the ball down your throat in the fourth quarter and you can't stop it. He was going to run the ball down your throat. The Panthers offense don't know what. Hey, David Tepper he soccer coach. 3 straight years, he had 3 different head coaches. And this soccer coach came to the playoffs. He fired him cut. He don't care if you think he got fired cut after 1 season. He got fired cut. There's a difference with teams. When you look at teams and you're struggling, especially if you're a young team, new schemes and everything, there's supposed to be progress, not regress. The thing about it is, this Panthers team last year, remember we played the Buccaneers week 17 to go to the playoffs. Whoever won that would go to the playoffs. Remember we had the Hail Mary scene against Atlanta when DJ Moore had catch it and he took off the helmet. You know, if they didn't flag DJ Moore for that helmet, we would have been in the playoffs because we'd have had a game up on Tampa Bay. So that one stupid flag caught. So this was a playoff team last year. Basically, not by record, but by division you're in. So we were a playoff team last year. And now we gone to the number 1 pick in the draft. That's called regression. And sometimes you need to cut the card when it's due. You know what gonna happen? The Cowboys gonna ride the shit like a week next Sunday. 40-6. And somebody got to get fired because ain't no way you gotta stay there and take Frank Wright. Frank Wright at this point is dead. Toast as in he just don't know. He just don't look at like he could save it. He could change it. He can't. I'm sorry. Normally I would blame the defense because all the injuries is actually on the defensive side. But Evero's kept everybody talking about this CJ Stroud. You know what one person tweeted it? How in the hell the Panthers only hold them to 13 points? That's what everybody want to know. That's on Evero. That's why you call a great defensive choir. Because the guy out here lighting up everybody. Stroud out here throwing for 300, 400 yards on a regular. And we hold him to 13 points. So I don't know. Evero deserves his credit. But watching that game, the offense is at. Everyone on the team is bashing the offense. The fans is bashing the offense. The owner is very, very upset. The owner is pissed right now. Very, very. I can go on a lot of tweets because towards the night I did rant on our Twitter page. I ranted a lot and say that some fucking thing got to change. Something got to change. Fire somebody head got to go. They ain't fire nobody, and I feel that they ain't fire nobody because why you could really change? No, I think they don't want to fire Frank right no, because it can look bad because he's a respected person around the league. But they'll fire him at the end of the season. I would definitely fire he and Fitterer. Bring a GM in and let he pick his coach. You got your franchise quarterback. That's Bryce Young. They're saying that the Panthers gearing up to go after Ben Johnson again. Ben Johnson didn't turn down the Panthers because he didn't want a job. He wanted to go back to Detroit. He said it. His heart was set on going back to Detroit because he had unfinished business. If he actually decides that he gonna leave, they're gonna pay a shitload of money to come Carolina because you need some kind of juice in the offense. You need it. Right now, Frank Wright's offensive playbook, there's no juice. It's so predictable and it's so boring that and you could ask KG. I tell KG I was coming next, and KG like, hiya lad. This is why you don't be here watching. KG see every call I say. KG, watch her here. The Detroit force this one straight up in the middle and no yards.
And get stuff.
Then I say, KG, look here. I bet you I hit road. Hiya, look at my ass. The hit road come. Them call it twice in a row. I say, KG, you third and three. Them I try to get hit road. Them ain't trying to look down the field. I told KG today, I think Shane, you had one come back. I say, you know what is the greatest thing for CJ Stroud right now? Even when that offensive line collapses, it collapses from the side. He always got time to step into his throw, like step up. The guards and the centers don't get pushed backwards, so he can step into the pocket. But I wish I could have said that for Bryce Young, because he never stepped into no throw yet. He always running for his life. The Bears nearly kill him. Them had about 18 pressures last night, Thursday night. And that's sad, because this is the same offensive line that dominated, had 280 yards rushing last year in one game. They changed the scheme. Remember, just like tell you, this line was built for power running, not zone running. Remember I told you that? Mm-hmm. It was built to maul people. The zone read, the zone concept, zone run, this ain't the line for it. That's the issue. They can't go downhill. The zone read is a hole. If it's a run pass option, read option, and then go to the second layer. They can't. This is not the line for it. And you can see it. Everybody know the Panthers trying to run the ball on first down. Everybody cramming the box. Then on third down, when the third and 7, third and 8, they got man to man. Nobody open. The line can't hold up. So Bryce Young getting killed. He trying to do it. He can't do it. This game is never on Bryce. I hate to hear people say, oh, but he ain't performing well. Oh, no shit. Who you trying to throw the ball to?
Who would perform with that type of skill position?
I really can't understand how last night, Terrace Marshall, Thursday night, Terrace Marshall, Adam Thielen, and Mingo is your top 3 wide receivers. Which one of them fear you? Not one. Not one. Well, give Scott Fitterer a little credit. They said they actually went hard at Devontae Adams and T. Higgins at the trade deadline, and none of them would budge. And they actually went after Montez Sweat as well. But they wasn't going to give up that second-round pick. The issue is the team is so poorly put together. You got to blame Fitterer for this team, because he put this team together, and this team is not a good. You trade DJ Moore, fine, because you had to give up that to get a number 1 pick. What you replace DJ Moore with? Chuck ain't a DJ Moore. Mingo ain't a DJ Moore type play. Well, he can be, but you made with Thielen. That's it, with Adam Thielen. How is that gonna work? That cannot work. Now Bryce Young is just there running for your life one. Nobody can get open. He under pressure 24/7. And I hate to see persons say, oh, we made the wrong pick. But put CJ Stroud out here in Carolina and see what he do. Then would have kill he. Because he just stand up there and he's a pocket passer. Then would have kill he. So look at the Texans to the Panthers, the miles ahead. The line and the skill position. Tank Dell is a playmaker and he own. The line is playmakers and them own. You got Mechie, you got Nico Collins, you got Robert Woods. I can put Robert Woods as a Thielen, two of them. But Chark and Mingo and Terrace Marshall is nowhere close to Nico Collins, Mechie, and them fellows. It's just thing, and that offensive coordinator is elite. He is making sure that Stroud has the time and the scheme to be successful. Frank Wright and them is not doing anything to help Bryce Young. And that game against Dallas, I praying that them don't injure Bryce Young. Cause Parsons and Lawrence them come out the edge. They might trample him. They might trample him there, Jizzle. But I tell you, if the Panthers stink up the Giant offense again next week, something gonna happen. They might either Frank Wright gonna try to take back the coach, the play calling, or they might fire he can't. Cause David Tepper did say, I need to see improvement, I need to see progress, or else. He ain't afraid to tell you or else. So we have to see what's gonna happen. To me, like I said, it's just real disappointing of what I'm seeing from the Panthers at 1-9. You know, the only good thing is that second round pick basically like a first round pick at the end of at the back end of the first round. That's all you're really looking at it. That's the only good thing. We ain't got no first round pick. The Bears gonna have that and do whatever they want, but that second round pick gonna be very hard. You could probably trade into the first, draft a quarterback. You might have to. You might have to draft a quarterback. So
what you gonna do? What you gonna do in
not quarterback, wide receiver? What is it?
What you gonna do in keep Frank Wright next year? Can I give him time to walk
go look for the Vikings on there. I would come here every day. Straight.
You're switching.
You could bet that. Well, the thing is, like you see, in KG, sometimes you actually need patience. But Frank right damn near 80. He ain't got much longer there. Now, if that was Thomas Brown as a head coach, or Evero, I'd say preach patience. They can make it work. Because you could grow. Frank Wright can't grow with Bryce Young. I'm sorry. Bryce Young 21, Frank Wright 70. That ain't growing. How much longer Frank Wright gonna be there? Frank Wright did admit it. He don't have much longer in the NFL. He knows it. So that was type of big mistake there. If you know you was going to go after Bryce Young, get a young mind to grow with Bryce Young. And you see why I told you guys, Tepper wanted Ben Johnson bad. You guys know who came second in the head coaching search? I had tell you come second in the head coaching search.
Who?
Kellen Moore comes second in the head coaching search, you know. That's Steve Wilkes. And I would not be mad at that, because guess what? Them would have been able to grow. I had no problem with that. Kellen Moore almost won that job. They said the difference with it was that Frank Wright was more impressive with his preparation of the game. And so remember, Kellen Moore still young. He not long ago come off the field. He got good mind. But to ready to be a head coach, he probably was a couple of years off. But he came second. They wanted to hire him too. He was so impressive, but they wanted Ben Johnson badly. Listen, Tepper ain't afraid to throw around his money. He would give Ben Johnson $10 million a year next year to come to coach Carolina. And I wouldn't be vexed. I wouldn't even be vexed if he was a head coach. And go find a young offensive coordinator. I got faith in Thomas Brown. I just hate the plays that he calling. But I think he calling Frank Wright plays. That's my issue. That still look like Frank Wright offense. That don't look a thing like what he named McVay offense. McVay offense don't look like that.
You should have your own offense.
Exactly. The problem is 60% right, 40% he. He's still calling Frank Wright plays. So why you expect? So, like I said, next week we're going after the Cowboys. KGC. Oh, you guys could be the Cowboys. It look like the stuff that he's smoking there got to his head. That's we beat no Cowboys. The Cowboys read the definition of the Giants. What I'm playing today. No we got quarterback, but no type of offense. So it might be 4-3 or 4-6. So I hope something else happened there.
The Cowboys lie down to team sometimes. So
Not,
there's a
not a
possibility.
Panther. The good thing is we got damn good defense. We should get Brian Bones back, CJ Henderson back. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, KG make me talk for 20 minutes on the Panthers when I didn't want to do that.
You had
That's
to.
not he. No,
You had to,
no. So, Shane, you go and talk about your victory today. I think KG might battle you with some stuff you see. So, go ahead.
I don't think KG gonna battle me or anything.
All right, go ahead.
So the finals come after by week today against Jacksonville in Jacksonville, and came back to what I think is who we think the finals should be, who they are, and what they did. Finals had a 3-game losing streak. Jacksonville were on a 5-game winning streak. I think they were the best in the NFL on a winning streek.
Yeah.
And we came down and completely just shut down the entire offense. Shut it down completely. 3 points. They scored 3 points the entire game. So we can talk about the offense first against the Jacksonville defense, which ain't no slouch defense. It's kind of good. I think they will rank first in takeaways and something else. I didn't pay too much attention, but I know they had some stats on that. Purdy. Let me start with Purdy. 148.9 quarterback rating. I know he can get better than that, but I don't need him to get better than that. Doing what he had to do. No turnovers. 3 touchdowns. 19 for 26. 296 yards. Efficient. Christian McCaffrey. 16 rushes, 95 yards. He had no touchdowns. His streak ended today. Even though they tried at the last possession of the game, they gave him the ball 4 times to get to the end zone, and he couldn't get it. And that would have been a shame on the Jacksonville Jaguars if they had let him get into it, because I think the whole world and the universe knew that Christian McCaffrey wouldn't get the ball trying to get his streak not to end. Big plays from the receivers. Kittle had a big game, 116 yards, followed by Ayuk with 55. And Kittle, Ayuk, Juszczyk had touchdowns. Debo had a rushing touchdown. So our phase of the offense, to me, I think was well put together. And we did what we had to do, putting up 24 points. Back to that 30-point game, 20-point a game margin that should start from now and keep going in down the line on the stretch. Now, defense. The defense had 5 sacks. That's the most sacks we had last season in a game. Last time we had more than 2 sacks was the first game when Jake Jackson had 3 by himself. You could say it's the addition of Chase Young. I don't think so. People talk about what changed the defense. They're gonna say Steve was coming down from the boot down to the sideline. He was on the sideline today.
Yeah, they ain't doing nothing.
I don't think it was that.
They ain't doing nothing.
I was saying, yeah, that could be good for the players, for him down there, them interacting with players, but I don't think it's that. The biggest reason I think made an adjustment of the defense was this fella back here behind me, benching his ass. Isaiah Oliver was getting picked upon to the last couple of games whenever he was on the field. Even though he playing the slot, we were playing a lot of nickel defense. That's Steve Wilkes. And Isaiah Oliver was playing lazy. He was missing tackles. When he was in press coverage, he wasn't putting his hands on the receivers. He was out of position. Every play. I think it was Johnny Dell. You can look at him on YouTube. He got a film on what's wrong with the defense. And he'd highlight Isaiah Oliver. Now, granted, the other people make missed tackles. But when you have one person doing it over and over and over in the same game, playing a slot position on third downs, giving up them plays, you know what I'm saying, not playing up. And there were talks about him in preseason because they were talking about him getting beat out by Lenoir. And they pushed Lenoir on the outside and put him back in the slot where he a hustler playing. And today he got benched. They put Lenoir back to the slot corner and they moved Ambry Thomas out to the right corner. Now Lennon moving back into the slot today. He got beat a couple times because he been playing outside all season. So we're gonna watch that and see how that improve. But I think Isaiah Oliver's days in San Fran is done. I think you'll see him come in off in the fourth quarter when the game is on the hand. But I think to me, this is the biggest adjustment the Finals made on defense. And I think the sacks can come because the receivers ain't getting open. The quick route ain't there with the slot to lead these guys, get a ball out. And then, you have the edge coming off the line. You got Hargrave and Armstead coming on the middle. So all phases of the defense is starting to click. And I think you saw it today. I forget how much interceptions we had. 2? I think it was 2 or 3 we had today.
2 interceptions today.
Yeah, 2 interceptions. Yeah, 1, right?
Yeah, 2 interceptions.
A strip fumble. And we had 5 sacks. To me, that's a great work of defense. And holding this Jacksonville offense to 3 points. Shut down ATN. Shut down completely. I think KG was accustomed to it too. The way they wasn't using ATS. I think he had 9 rushes for 25 yards. That's ATN. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence had 2 interceptions, 5 sacks. Quarterback rating of 48.8 for Trevor Lawrence. 17 of 29 for 185 yards passed. In Jacksonville. I think it was total domination on both sides of the field by the 49ers. Is this mean that they find a way? Maybe. Or is it just hype coming out the bye? Maybe. But it's a good win that we needed coming out of the bye. It's a win that we need to stop the skid and remain in first place. Seattle won today, so we still let them take that L today to Washington. So we'll see what happens after that. But I think next week we want to beat the Buccaneers at home. Shouldn't be a problem. We move on. And I hope that they keep playing this way. Like you said, Casey, I don't think Bill coming off the sideline was a big impact. I really think adjusting the defense, finding the keys, which was Isaiah, benching, making a shuffle on the secondary, and of course the addition of Chase Young. Even though I think Randy Gregory was doing a good job with Jake Jackson, he was explosive in the beginning, but then he went on IR. He's on IR right now. So I think we were missing that edge. And Randy Gregory, you can't run him like you to run the younger fellas. So I think the defense is back to snuff. Shanahan was moving the rotations. We got back Trent Williams, we got back Debo. And we saw Trent and Debo in the mix. And he was starting to, I guess he's back comfortable with his offense. Paulie had time in the pocket from the line. Even though McKivitz was getting beat a couple of times, he getting beat like he steals something a couple of times too. Weakest link again is the right side of the line. So, but run game was good, passing game was good, protection was good, Paulie was good, defense was good, sacks starting to come like we should. I could take 5 sacks a game from now on until the end of the season and see what happens. But finance on the right track. And I think we're looking good to come back. 34-3 is a great statement win coming out your bye after losing 3 games. And against not playing against a scrub team, playing against Jacksonville Jaguar team that had 5 straight wins. Hot, to come out and dominate them like that. I think you'll hear a lot of people start talking again. Oh, what the Finals is and who them should be. And hopefully we get out of this hump.
Right. Jizzle, you got anything?
Yeah, it was a great game by the 49ers. Within that game, 34-3 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. A dominant performance. But you kind of see where what the 49ers missed those last 3 games. What they missed was Debo and Trent Williams. You saw where the offense was able to get back on schedule again. For some reason, I don't understand why Shanahan couldn't scheme without Debo and Trent Williams at some point. Because I think those past 3 games, the defense who are holding teams to 17 points a game?
17 points is how we score in a few games we lose.
That ain't bad. I'll take that for my defense, but my offense got to give me more than that. So the simple fact of you having Debo back and having Trent Williams back, that offense was able to get back on track because you saw where the motioning came back in with Debo in the backfield. Then after your fake pass to Debo, give it to Chris McCaffrey, bam. Trent Williams comes up pulling, as the pulling guard tackle, and then after there goes Christian McCaffrey up the field. I think that's where you saw again the offense getting back on track. You saw where Porter didn't have to force it too much. You saw where I think it was where the offense got a lead. You saw where the defense was able to. They can't decide on whether they got play the run or play the pass. You could just pin your ears back and pass. I think that's where you see where the defense was able to get the sacks. What you want to see the 49ers play when they are behind. That's what you want to see. You know the team is good where the team is ahead.
I don't want to see that.
That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. You want to see the team play from behind. You want to see the team play from behind because it's easy. It's easy to play ahead because all your defense gonna do is just pin the ears back and just rush the passer because you ain't gonna run. The opposing team ain't gonna run. The opposing team gonna try to pass. And for some reason, Dougherty constantly decide to keep on calling these long developing routes. Why you don't call quick developing once again to get Trevor Lawrence in rhythm? You were down late in the game. By the time the end of the first half, it was what 13-3. By the start of the fourth quarter, it was 20-3. 49ers scored. So even though I understand that Steve Willis came down and that fella Gibson was kind of a liability on defense, but the key to this game was having Debo and Trent Williams come back. Those guys you kind of see. If you lose Debo, I think that's it for your season. I look like Shanahan can't call a game without Debo Samuel. I don't understand that. I think
Trent would have bigger impact than him.
Yeah, Trent would have bigger impact, but without Debo, it looked like that running game can't get going. Because it looks like teams are more scared of Debo running that football than Christian McCaffrey. Because you see, when Debo in that backfield, everybody that get crazy. Same thing with Taysom Williams. Taysom in that backfield, everybody get stupid. It's the same thing you see with Debo. When Debo's in that backfield, teams forget on what to do and how to play gaps and how to be disciplined too in playing gaps. So the big difference in that game is Debo Samuel and Trent Williams. I think without those two guys, that team is a average team. The same thing with the Eagles too. If we lose Lane Johnson, you kind of see where we lose. When we lose Lane Johnson, we are what 3 in 20 something. With Lane Johnson, we are way above 500. I would like to see my Eagles team play without Lane Johnson. No, we got a game coming up where we gonna have Dallas Goedert. I want to see how we gonna play without Dallas Goedert. I want to see how my team is gonna scheme without Dallas Goedert. That's what you want to see with your team.
From a blocking standpoint, he ain't give me nothing fantasy.
Even a tight end, regardless. But you want to see how, because it's always finding ways to use as a decoy. Debo he had a big game, but he was a decoy in that game. When he's on the field, he's a game changer. He's a playmaker on that field, regardless if he ain't getting catches, if he ain't getting nothing. He's a playmaker on that field. He's a game changer on that field. That's what you want to see, and I think that's the reason why you won this game, for the simple fact that you had Debo and Trent Williams back on offense.
I think Trent is a bigger case because that left side couldn't run to the left side when we lose them 3 games.
Right.
Because it just wasn't happening. That left side and the right tackle on the other side just I don't know. So we were trying to run up the middle and that was just getting stuff up. Yeah, you don't have that Debo effect, but I don't see why Shanahan still couldn't call the kind of plays he would call it. Because we do have the way. I don't know why he didn't have Ronnie Bell in there. Ronnie Bell came in late this afternoon in the game today. I don't know why he didn't bring Ronnie Bell in. He will rely on Ray McLeod in Joanne Jennings. Ray McLeod as your number 2 receiver, that ain't gonna happen. Ronnie Bell is a number 1 receiver in college. Put him in there to play number 2. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on, why he didn't put Ronnie Bell in the game for them 3 times. But again, I agree with you. You can see how disruptive the offense is when you have all our skill players on the field. And key and more on Trent than Debo. But when Debo come in, yeah, you do looks like the defensive coordinators like they get confused, they get starstruck or something. It's like, oh God, what he gonna do?
Right.
And Debo don't even have to run up. He don't really have to do anything. He's just causing the defense to react to him and put pressures on him. And then are you wide open on the field? You know, when Debo is actually getting across the field, is because you got Christian McCaffrey flying out the backfield, you got Ayuk going up the field, Kittle, I don't know. You can't guard all of it. And I keep telling them, I'll keep going to it. There's no way, no defense I know playing NFL right now could guard all the playmakers that the finals have. Somebody need to have a big game. Kittle had a big game, 100 and something yards. Ayuk had a good game, a half a century.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? McCaffrey had almost 100 yards rushing, he 95 yards. And Porty threw for almost 300 yards. It's like, you can't guard all of that. You shouldn't. That's the games that you should. If it ain't gonna be Kittle this week, it should be Ayuk or Debo or Christian McCaffrey the next week. You know, so I don't know what he was doing in them 3 weeks. I think he was having brain farts. I don't know. Cause we should have never lose those 3 games.
Like I said before, it looked like he can't call a game without Debo. I don't understand that. I don't understand. You've been a veteran play caller in this league for so long. You've been with teams who had different type of offense, different type of skill position, a different type of personnel too. From the Washington Redskins of old with RG3 to turning Matt Ryan and those guys into an MVP type caliber team to Super Bowl and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you think he'll be more innovative when he lost a certain amount of players, but to see how the offense played when Debo and Trent Williams back, you saw a big difference. You saw a big difference. You saw Porty wasn't under the rest, and you kind of like I said before. You want to see the 49ers play from behind to see how they would play from behind. That's what you want to see, because I think for the past 3 games on that losing streak, you said they were playing from behind a lot, and Kyle Shanahan was kind of last. So that's why I want to see from Kyle Shanahan. That's why I want to see from your offense.
All right, well, I watched it too, and all I thought was that, especially on defense, y'all executed better. Basically, the gaps were filled the right way. It wasn't overshooting gaps. You won your one-on-one matchups. Linebackers gang tackled, coverage stayed in front. Those kind of stuff. And you're seeing it in the past 3 games that it was more like, you would see undisciplined football. It was very undisciplined, sloppy. Yeah, you had a few missed tackles here and there, but you could see what the defense did. They cleaned up the mistakes. So Shane would say that, yeah, that the slot corner, they made that adjustment there. We wouldn't see that as much because we in depth with the team, but I saw better execution from the team. Last week, like you say, last 3 weeks, Bosa couldn't win a one-on-one. Just there, Hargrave, all them 4, they can't win one-on-ones. Man, just stand up in the pocket and throwing, run game, then picking up 7 yards, everything. But you saw it different. You saw something that the analysts had said today. They said, normally when you see the 49ers, they're going to tackle, you got 46 guys going to wrap up. You saw that kind of aggressive intensity back. You won't seen it as much the last 3 games. But it's what we used to keep saying here. They just got to execute. They lack of execution the last 3 weeks. They executed against the Jaguars. Offense was efficient as usual with the full powerhouse that I had, the full squad back. But from the defensive standpoint, it was hard because they just couldn't execute. The simple things they just couldn't execute. This game, you saw the execution. I don't think Wilkes coming down on the sideline do anything. I think the boy we came there and he probably cleaned up, not him, but sat with the defense and said, we need to clean up the little stupid mistakes that we do, which is overshooting our gaps, not staying in front of our players, tackling, wrapping up and tackling. You just saw a cleaner bill of football that you don't normally see. So that's what I saw in this game, and it was much better. If the 49ers keep that same kind of thing, then it's hard to beat them. That's the 49ers, it's hard to beat. It was just better execution in my part. And I just saw a team that was, I don't want to say more prepared because that's not a case they want to be, because they always prepared. They just didn't execute. They couldn't execute against Cousins. They couldn't execute against the Bengals. They just couldn't execute against the other team that they lost to. But you side no, they did execute. So congrats to them. They'll have the Buccaneers next week. We ain't big, ain't frightening nobody. So we'll see what happens when that comes up. All right, now Jizzle didn't play, so that kind of ends our post game reaction.
Easy week.
Easy week this week. Next week, everybody on deck again. But Jizzle's games on Monday night. But we'll have a full on deck for next week. We won't do the picks now because we'll wait till Tuesday to do the picks. Game still going on right now. The Jets in Vegas playing 3-3. Had some good games today. Quite a few shocking games today as well. Anything caught your eye today outside of your teams?
Damn, CJ Stroud.
Well, yeah. The guy is balling. When you get a man of weapons and a line, you got the ball.
Mac Jones is trash.
Yeah,
We
That's what I
definitely
said.
that goes trash.
And our partner's elite Jizzle. Big Jared Goff. That guy is elite.
Jared Goff is elite.
He's elite. She don't want to say that, but he's elite. He's elite.
That Detroit Lions team is coming on. That kind of scary. They're right this number 2
Yeah.
in the NFC right now.
Yeah. The thing is, they stopping the run and then letting them go after the quarterback and thing. And then they go score. You can't stop them from scoring. So that's a big thing.
The Falcons leaving, the Cardinals beat them.
Well, Kyler Murray is back. I picked the Cardinals. This Falcon, I don't trust them. I don't trust them to do nothing.
You got Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson on that team. You telling me you can't find ways to scheme those players open?
Well,
You
they
can't
got a
find
quarterback.
ways. Regardless if you got a quarterback, who the Cardinals got?
Exactly.
Kyler.
Kyler just come back. Kyler ain't play a lick of football all season. So he got be rusty.
Well, he didn't look so today.
He gonna look so, of course, when he playing against a team like the Atlanta Falcons.
But the Falcons strengthens them defense.
Nah, which part?
Which part?
I ain't see that all season.
Falcons strengthens them defense.
Which
Not
part?
the
In the end
offense.
zone?
But you can't say them strengthens them offense. Because offense when them changing quarterbacks every 5 minutes.
At this point, I think at the end of the season, you're gonna see Arthur Smith getting fired. You better fire Arthur Smith. That team should be much better team playing wise.
I think this. See, the thing is, remember this year talk about all these big quarterbacks. They got certain set of teams that going quarterback hunting this our season. The Falcons is one of them.
Is one of them.
They going quarterback hunting because they feel that. And remember, it also too is you look at the division you're playing in. This division up for grabs.
Up for grabs easy.
The Saints lose today.
Again.
The
That's
Buccaneers-
another disappointment again.
The Buccaneers win. This team, the Falcons feel they in it. They just a quarterback away. They gonna go quarterback hunting. They will go quarterback hunting. The Buccaneers might go quarterback hunting. There's a lot of teams this year coming up. The Giants might go quarterback hunting. The Vikings might go quarterback hunting if they don't decide.
That's the truth.
But they ain't gonna look at him as long term though. And then you got like the Bears. You don't know what's gonna happen. The Bears might go quarterback hunting. The thing is, the Panthers gonna get that Bears that number 1 pick, and the Bears gonna muck up the whole NFL. Cause they're gonna tell you if you want that number 1 pick to draft Caleb Williams, you gotta give me 4 first-round picks.
I don't know, Caleb Williams still is it.
By the hype too much on him, they're gonna do it. They're gonna either the Bears would never draft Marvin Harrison with that number 1 pick. They either trading it or they're going quarterback.
What about Bo Nix?
Oh, fucking Bo Nix. You call it right, Bo. He's Bo Nix. Yeah, you're right.
He just beat Caleb.
Yeah, but they
Caleb
look.
Caleb ain't beat a ranked team yet.
But they don't. But you see, the problem is they don't look at that in terms of like it's his fault. USC don't stop a damn soul in college. He as a player, the traits that he possesses, they already got he as the generational quarterback. Drake May ain't far. Drake May out there balling too for North Carolina. But them two, gonna go 1-2 or 1-3. Cause if number 2, for instance, the thing is, right? If you ever look at how the draft standard is, the Bears got the first pick because Carolina. Then you got look who's next: Cardinals, Patriots, Giants. Them kind of teams there. The Patriots drafting a quarterback if they get a chance to. We know that. The Giants might end up drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, that's possible.
The Cardinals, they can't trade Kyler Murray because they can't take them game.
Can't trade Daniel Jones later.
The thing is,
You gotta eat it.
I think Kyler one more difficult than Daniel Jones is what I've been seeing. So they could actually make Daniel Jones play for another year and then get out of it. Essentially like a 2-year deal. Kyler one you can't get out of it.
True.
You can't get out of Kyler one. The thing is, the best Kyler and them best going after Marvin Harrison and helping he and Hollywood Brown and them help Kyler.
I will vomit if they man draft me back.
That's what I'm saying. That's the road they should go. Even the Bears got better chance having Marvin Harris and DJ Moore to help Fields.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they see Fields as a thing because remember, next year's Fields last year. Why do that and then got signed into a big contract if you don't think just go draft Caleb Williams and that? But I say, the Bears gonna make somebody pay a serious amount for that number 1 pick. We get away by giving DJ Moore, so we essentially give up. I don't like to say we give up our first round pick just this guy here. We swap it, so we essentially give up DJ Moore next year first and the second the year after. That ain't really hefty. People think it's hefty, but for the first round pick that wasn't hefty because we swap picks this year. We didn't give up our pick. We just swap it. We gave up DJ Moore next year's first and 2025 second. Ain't a surety you're gonna hit on a first round pick. We know how first round picks is high profile, but what most people saying is if we were bad this year, we'd have had a top high pick. I understand what they're saying there. But the other year we got a first round pick. We just don't have a second. So we just give up 1 first round pick for him. Yeah, he gave up DJ Moore, which hurts. But in today's day, you can find wide receivers. We talk about this already. We can find wide receivers. It's hard to find premier pass rushers. That's why we kept saying it's hard to find premier pass rushers, and it's hard to find people like Derek Brown and them that could be anchors in the middle. That's why they gave up DJ Moore because wide receivers are easier to find. Just gotta see if it happens. But it's gonna be a real interesting offseason when it comes. But we still got a lot of football because it's only week 10. You still got a whole seven more weeks to go because you got 17 weeks, 16 games, so a whole 7 more weeks to go. So it's still a lot of football to go before we get into the off season and talk and everything. So when we get there, we'll discuss that. All right, that's probably it because we don't have much more. Tuesday, we'll do our wrap up and our game bars, trash bags, and our picks, and then look on to week 11 with everybody's team. That's it for me. I don't know. You guys got anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it for me as well.
That's it.
Yeah, I may win.
Yeah, be sure to like and subscribe to the page. Like we always say, hit that like and subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all of us. And check us out on Twitter because we do a lot of posting and everything on Twitter. And then, like I said, you can always cash app the crew to show your love and support. Money sign Ireland Boys Talk is our cash app. Outside of that, we'll see you guys on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern for our Week 10 wrap-up show.
Go Niners.
Peace.